Hey guys, welcome back, or welcome if you are brand new here. My name is Courtney. So for today's video, I thought it would be super fun to try out some of these new MAC products. We have a brand new limited edition launch for you guys, and we have this supposedly amazing mattifine primer that I am going to try out. Okay, so diving right in, we are going to start with primer. And I know what some of you guys are going to say. You're going to say, oh, you don't use primer, which is true. I really don't use it like often, but since this guy came out, it has made some pretty hefty claims. So this claims it is immediate and 12-hour oil and shine control, immediate and all-day reduction in the appearance of pores, which is a huge thing, immediate and lasting improvement in skin texture, helps makeup wear better for up to 12 hours, sweat and humidity resistant, which is like my thing. It does not clog pores, does not cause acne, it's a lightweight formula, and it is oil free. And another cool thing about this guy is you can actually wear it alone with no makeup if you just kind of want that like mattifine blur kind of look if you're not planning on like wearing any foundation. So we are going to try this today. And I have not tried this on my face yet. I have tried it on my hand because I do work at a MAC store. I've let people try it on their hands. I've tried it on my hand like when it first came in, but I have not tried this on my face. So I am kind of excited and curious. And there's no smell to it really. If there is, I think I'm detecting like a slight clean smell, if that makes sense. So it's not like heavily fragranced or anything like that. It does have like a very, very slight clean smell. That should be good for primer. My skin is feeling very soft, very silky, but yet hydrated, and definitely mattified, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So I don't think I'm going to do the rest of my face on camera just because I really want to show you guys like the new stuff. So I am going to go in with my Studio Fix Fluid Foundation NW13. I'm also going to go in with my MAC Studio Fix 24-Hour Concealer. This is in the shade NW22. So I am going to go and do those two things, and I will be right back. Alright, so I am back. Like I said, I went in with these two products. I also went in and used the Studio Fix Powder Foundation. I have the shade NW20, and I just use this to powder under my eyes and a little bit on my forehead and chin. And I also went in and did my brows. So this is the eyebrow styler in the shade Stylized. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and do bronzer and blush on camera, and then we'll get into the new collection. So I'm going to go in with the MAC Studio Fix Sculpt and Shape Contour Palette. This is in the shade Light Medium, and it has 6 beautiful shades. So what I like to do is I kind of like to mix all of these bottom 3. So I just kind of go like this, and then I'll just literally apply it on my face. This is such a great palette. Like, this is probably one of my favorite like bronzing palettes. Literally no joke. Like, I absolutely love it. And the reason why I love it is because of course it comes with the 6 shades, but it just gives my bronzer like almost like an airbrushed effect. So I don't know, everything just blends in super nice. I love the shades. Nothing's too orangey. All the shades are kind of like that ashy bronzing tone, so I really like that. And what I also like about this palette is it does come with that really brightening shade, the very first one. I think that's in the shade Emphasize. So what I like to do is just go in with a little brush, and I like to apply that under my eyes because it is going to help brighten up that area, and it's just going to help set it as well. So for blush, I'm going to go in with one of my favorites. This is the shade Blushbaby. And what I like about this is it's a sheer tone matte blush. So what that means is it's going to go on a little bit more sheer, and you can really have control over building up the product on your cheeks. So really love that. And that just helps everything look a little more natural and less like in your face, like right on your cheek. So I really love this blush. It's like literally one of my favorites. So now for the fun part. So I went ahead and purchased some items from the new collection by MAC, which is called the Tempting Fate collection. And I'm not kidding you when I say that this eyeshadow palette was probably one of the most excited I was for like a limited edition launch by MAC. So I don't know, just the color spoke to me. You guys will see in a second, but I mean, look at this packaging. So everything is just very decadent. It reminds me very of like Victorian era, like the fruits, the golds, like the dark burgundies. Let's get into the eyeshadow palette. So the eyeshadow palette is decorated with the same as the unicarton, and when I open it, oh my gosh, so look at those colors. They are so pretty, and they are laid in this like gold overlay. Oh my gosh. Okay, comes with a nice big mirror on this side. So I don't know, like something about this palette spoke to me, so that's why we're here trying this on for you guys. This is gonna be like one of the toughest decisions because I literally want to put every shade like on my eyes. I know realistically I cannot do that, so we're gonna try to have to come up with a look. So firstly, I am going to go in with this shade right here. It is one of the only mattes, so it's the only matte in here that I could use as like a transition shade, and just apply that right in my crease. So this is a very pretty shade for the crease. Like, it doesn't go on too harsh. It's like very buildable, so I really like that in like a nice transition shade. So let me just build that up a little bit. So now what I think I am going to dive into is this deep purple down here in the corner. So I'm just going to take that on a MAC 217 brush, and I'm going to start putting this in the outer portion of my lid. Ooh, that's a really nice color. So I noticed that they have a new formula in this eyeshadow palette, and they call it like leather luster, and actually that's what this purple shade is. So I'm just going to take a second and I'm going to feel. Oh, okay. Wow, that is so different. Okay. So when I swatch it on my hand, it comes off extremely matte, but when I rub it together, it literally feels like you are touching the most silkiest piece of leather. I really like the texture and the feel of that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep applying it on my eyes. And I have no idea what kind of look we are going for today. I'm just kind of winging it, so that's like always my toughest thing to do when I am doing any kind of a makeup look, is trying to figure out what look I'm going to create. So I don't really plan it in advance. I kind of just go with the flow. But my thing is I kind of have to step out of my comfort zone a little bit because I always end up doing like neutral looks. So I'm kind of happy that this has some color in here because it kind of forces me to play with it. So I'm just kind of bringing that into my eye socket a little bit, like towards the front, just the remainder product that's on the brush. Okay, so now we're gonna figure out what we are going to put on my lid. So what's gonna look nice with this purple? I really kind of want to try out like the metallic-y pinky shade and also this shade over here. So I think I'm just gonna go right into my finger and go right into that upper shade here, like the pinky metallic. And I'm just gonna take that on my finger and I'm just going to apply that right on my lid. Ooh, okay, so that shade is gorgeous. If you guys can hear like wind, so I'm right by a window and there's like a draft coming in. I shut it as tight as I could, but you can still hear the wind coming in through the draft. It is a super windy day out there, so if you hear that, I do apologize, but we're gonna try to hide that the best as we can. So look at that nice shimmer shade. I know it might be kind of hard to see, but it is so pretty. So I think I'm gonna deepen it up a little bit, kind of like what I always do. So I'm gonna go in with this brown shade here, And I'm going to take it on the same brush that I used for the purple. And I'm just going to deepen the outer portion of my eye, just a little bit. I'm actually just going to switch brushes to like a more tapered brush, and just to kind of really get into my outer corner. Okay, so this shade is coming across lighter than what it does in the pan, which is like super confusing to me. Okay, so you guys can see kind of that brown right there. So when I put it, like, let me just swatch it for you guys. So to me, that comes across lighter than what it shows in the pan. But I mean, I'm not mad because it's this very nice, rich, like milk chocolatey brown, and I really like the warm tones coming from it. So I really do like, I like that brown a lot actually. So now I think I'm just going to apply something on my lower lid, and I think I'm going to be a little bit bold, and I'm going to play with this green a little bit. So I'm just going to go in with a clean MAC 217 brush. I'm just going to dip right into this really pretty green. It's actually like a gorgeous shade. And I'm just going to go in. So because that green is kind of coming across not as like bold as I hope, it's just because it's like a shimmery formula, so it's not like a matte, like rich green. So I think I'm going to go in with the eyeliner on the bottom and just kind of smoke that out, because I got the shade Pine for me. So I believe this is like a really dark, like emerald foresty green. Yep, okay. So that is like a really pretty green. So I'm just going to go in with this shade, and I think I'm going to smoke it out on the bottom lash a little bit and then go on top of it with that green and see what that does. So I'm just going to apply that to my waterline, and then I'm going to bring it down a little bit. And I'm just going to buff that out with a brush. Okay, so that is much better. So this green liner is so pretty. It's literally like a nice deep emerald green, and I am loving it. Like, I don't know what it is, but I am like obsessed with greens. Like anything that's like a dark purple, like any rich colors, like dark emerald, dark sapphire, like eggplant purple, and then like emerald green is like right up my alley. For some reason, I'm just attracted to rich, dark colors. So I really love this liner, and it was like no problem to just kind of buff it out with a brush. So I'm just going to do the same to my other lid over here. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into that green and just kind of top a little bit on top of the liner that I just put down. And that will give it kind of more of like a color base, so it's not just trying to go on like my skin tone. And oh my god, okay, so that made such a big difference. So I'm going to do the same with the other one. Ooh, that is beautiful. So we're really playing with color today with this look, but that is okay because I literally need to, like, I want to play with color more. So here we are. So now I'm going to go in with this top shade up here on a small little brush, and I'm going to see how that works on my inner corner. Oh, that is like the perfect inner corner shade, just to kind of brighten everything up. So now I'm going to go in with the eyeshadow Carbon, and I'm going to go in with a 263 Slant brush by MAC, and I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a wing on the outside here just to kind of define my lash line, because I am going to attempt some false lashes. So I just want to kind of hide the band with my lash line a little, so I'm just going to go in with a very thin layer of Carbon. And I literally use shadow for liner all the time, and this brush is literally the best. I just find it's less harsh and you get more of like a really nice blended soft look. So I tend to gravitate towards shadow for liner 99.9% of the time. So now I'm just going to go in with the new MAC Magic Extension Mascara. And I already kind of reviewed this in a previous video of mine, so this isn't really a review for this one, but this is my second time using it. So I kind of will give my thoughts. So I don't want to go in too thick because I am going to go in, like I said, with lashes. So I'm just going to give a nice thin coat. So I'm just going to go in and do the bottom ones. So I don't know if you guys know this, but this mascara actually gets its name, like this is the magic extension. This has 5mm extension fibers. That is actually the longest on the market so far. So this definitely gives some length. This is a really nice mascara. This is my second time using it. I haven't really reached for it since I tried it out in a video a couple of weeks ago, but I really like it. And I mean, this is just a really thin coat. I didn't want to go in with like a second coat because like I said, I am going to go in with lashes. So I just kind of wanted to keep it at this. But no, I am liking this the more that I use it. So I would urge you guys to go check it out. Okay, so for lashes, I am going to be wearing ones that I have not worn before. So these, of course, are MAC lashes. These are in the shade 80 Romantic Lash. So like I said, I have not tried these before. So I'm excited to try a new lash, and I'm probably going to go do these off camera because I don't know how long it's going to take and I don't want to burn my camera battery out. So I will be right back as soon as I get these on. Alright, so these are the 80 MAC lashes, and I have to say I really like them. I will say they have like a super thin, like they're more thin and flimsy. So if you like more of like a structured lash, you probably won't like these as much. But I mean, they are so soft and romantic. I can't even feel them on my lids. Like they don't give me that heavy feel. So I am really loving the 80 Romantic Lash. Okay, so I didn't apply highlighter yet, so I'm just going to go in with one of my faves from MAC, and this is Double Gleam. It's like the perfect icy champagne-y color highlight, and it just makes everything look so much better. And I know I always use highlighter, but I think I'm just stuck in that time and era. I cannot do a look without putting on highlighter. Like I try to do more of like matte looks and like focus more on like blush and bronzer, but I mean, I just can't do it. So like I am stuck. Like I don't think I'm getting out of the highlighter era. Like I think I'm there for good. I don't know. We shall see. I'm actually just going to take a little bit of this highlighter and put it under my brow bone. So now's the very last step. So this is lipstick. So this one is in the shade On a Petal-Still. And I have not even opened this and looked at this shade yet because we don't carry this collection at the counter that I work at. So, oh my gosh. So the packaging is pretty straightforward. The whole packaging, even the liner, like everything has this kind of decadent, floral, fruity kind of pattern. So love that. It is absolutely gorgeous. And this was like the most pinkiest shade. So I could have went with like a deeper shade, which would have been really pretty with this look, but I mean, I played it safe and I went with a nude. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this and see what this looks like. Okay, so this is probably the most creamiest MAC lipstick I've ever tried, and it is an amplified cream. But yeah, here it is. Here is that nude lipstick. I don't know if it goes completely with this look, but I mean, I really do like the shade. It's like such a pretty shade, so I'm a fan. It could use like a little bit of like a purpley pinky kind of tinge. So let me see what I can kind of muster up. So I think I'm going to attempt to go in with the liner half red. I'm going to see if I can make it a little bit more of a tone that kind of matches this look, because I obviously haven't thought this one through with this eye look. Alright you guys, so this is the finished look. I actually like how this lip shade came out when I added the shade half red to that lip color. It just kind of deepened it up a little bit, and it just went a little more with the look that I kind of made today. So yeah, I'm super happy how this came out. That eyeshadow palette is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I love the new formula. I love like the shimmers and the glitters. But everything was super blendable, not hard to work with at all. So I am like a super fan of this eyeshadow palette. So if you haven't got your hands on it yet and you have the opportunity to do so, I would run before it is gone because, like I said, it is a limited edition collection. So I would go grab yours while you still can. And also, you guys, that green liner is like everything on the bottom lid, just saying. Love, love, love that. So with that being said, this kind of concludes today's video. So if you guys liked today's video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos by me. And I will be seeing you guys in my next video. Bye!